There is an ancient saying that time reveals all secrets. But what if I told you that some secrets reveal themselves to you before their time arrives? What if the very message you need most desperately is already traveling toward your consciousness at this exact moment, carrying with it the power to transform everything you thought you knew about your reality? You are living in a world where most people believe that messages, opportunities, and revelations come randomly. They wait for luck, hope for coincidence, and pray that somehow the universe will notice their struggles. But there exists a quantum principle operating right now that makes such waiting completely unnecessary. The message that will change your life is not coming to you by accident. It is being drawn to your awareness through mechanisms that operate beyond ordinary time and space. Scientists have discovered that information travels through quantum fields at speeds that make light seem sluggish. Your consciousness, whether you realize it or not, is constantly broadcasting signals into these fields. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every question you hold creates ripples in the quantum substrate of reality. These ripples carry your deepest needs and desires across dimensions, attracting back to you exactly what your soul requires for its next level of evolution. But here is what makes October so crucial. There are specific windows in time when these quantum communications become exponentially more powerful. October represents one of these rare convergence points where the veil between what you're experiencing now and what you are meant to become grows thin. Ancient cultures recognized these temporal gateways and built their most important ceremonies around them. They understood that certain messages can only be received during specific cosmic alignments. The message seeking you right now has been traveling through multiple dimensions of possibility. It carries within it the solution to that persistent problem that keeps you awake at night. It contains the answer to the question you have been afraid to ask out loud. It holds the key to unlocking the potential you have always sensed within yourself, but never knew how to access. This is not wishful thinking or empty motivation. This is quantum mechanics operating at the level of consciousness itself. Consider how many times in your life you have experienced perfect timing that seemed impossible to explain. The phone call that came exactly when you needed to hear that voice. The book that fell from the shelf, open to precisely the page containing the insight you required. The conversation with the stranger that provided the missing piece to your puzzle. These were not coincidences. They were quantum messages that had been traveling toward you long before you consciously recognized your need for them. Your brain operates as both a transmitter and receiver in this quantum communication system. Every night when you sleep, your consciousness tunes into frequencies that remain inaccessible during waking hours. Information flows to you through dreams, through sudden knowing that arrives without explanation, through intuitive impulses that guide you toward exactly what you need to discover. The challenge is that most people have never learned to recognize these transmissions for what they truly are. The quantum message approaching you now carries a frequency signature that matches your current vibrational state perfectly. It knows your fears, your hopes, your hidden talents, and your secret dreams. It understands the blocks that have been preventing your progress and contains the precise formula for dissolving them. This message has been calibrated specifically for your consciousness, designed to arrive at the exact moment when you are ready to receive and integrate its transformative power. But time is not infinite in this process. The quantum window that allows this particular message to reach you operates within very specific parameters. As October progresses toward its end, the dimensional doorways that permit this level of communication will begin to close. The cosmic alignment that makes this transmission possible occurs only once in cycles that span years. Miss this window, and the opportunity may not return in your current lifetime. You might wonder why you deserve such precise cosmic assistance. The answer lies in understanding that you are not separate from the quantum field that surrounds and interconnects all existence. You are an integral part of a vast intelligence that is always seeking to express its fullest potential through every conscious being. The universe is not doing something for you. It is expressing its own nature through you. The message coming your way is actually the universe recognizing itself in your consciousness and offering you the tools to manifest its infinite creativity in your unique way. This quantum message operates through synchronicity, that mysterious force that arranges meaningful coincidences with mathematical precision. Pay attention to the patterns emerging in your experience right now. Notice the repeated numbers that catch your eye, the unexpected encounters with people who carry exactly the information you need, the sudden insights that arise during quiet moments. These are all components of the larger assembling itself in your awareness. Your logical mind may resist this information because it challenges. You have reality operates everything you have been taught about how been conditioned to believe that you must struggle, compete, and force outcomes through sheer willpower. But the quantum message approaching you operates through a completely different principle. It flows toward you through the path of least resistance, arriving precisely when your defenses are down and your receptivity is highest. The transformation that this message will trigger in your consciousness is not gradual. Quantum changes happen instantaneously, like electrons jumping between energy levels without traveling through the space between them. One moment you will be operating from your current limited perspective, and the next you will have access to capabilities and understandings that seemed impossible just minutes before. This is not theory. This is how consciousness evolution actually works when it aligns with quantum principles. Every person who has experienced breakthrough moments in their lives has been touched by this same phenomenon. The inventor who suddenly sees the complete design for their revolutionary device. The artist who channels a masterpiece in a single session of inspired creation. The entrepreneur who recognizes the perfect business opportunity that everyone else missed. These are all examples of quantum messages being received and acted upon by consciousness that was prepared to recognize their significance. The message seeking you now contains layers of information that will unfold over time. The initial download will provide immediate clarity about your next steps. But deeper levels of understanding will emerge as you integrate and apply what you receive. Think of it as receiving the seed of a massive tree. The first sprout appears quickly, but the full majesty of what you have been given reveals itself gradually as the roots grow deeper and the branches reach higher. Your readiness to receive this quantum message has been building for months, perhaps years. Every challenge you have faced, every lesson you have learned, every moment of growth has been preparing your consciousness to handle the power of what is approaching. You are not the same person you were even a few weeks ago. Your capacity to integrate advanced information and act upon it with confidence has expanded dramatically. Stay with me until the end of this message because I will share with you a specific mantra designed to attune your consciousness to the precise frequency of the information seeking you. This mantra operates as a quantum tuning fork, aligning your mental and emotional state with the vibrational signature of your incoming message. Without this alignment, the transmission may pass through your awareness without being consciously recognized. The quantum field that connects all consciousness is preparing to deliver something extraordinary directly into your experience. The only question remaining is whether you will be awake enough to receive it when it arrives. As Einstein once said, the field is the sole governing agency of the particle, and your consciousness is about to discover exactly what this means for your personal reality. The quantum message approaching you operates through field effects that transcend ordinary cause and effect relationships. While others struggle to create change through force and effort, you are about to learn how to work with the invisible forces that actually govern material manifestation. The approaching message carries within it a complete recalibration of your relationship with possibility itself. Most people live within the narrow bandwidth of what they believe is realistic or achievable. They accept limitations as permanent fixtures of their experience. But quantum consciousness operates from an entirely different premise. It recognizes that limitations exist only as temporary arrangements of energy that can be instantly restructured through proper understanding and application. Your current circumstances, no matter how challenging or stuck they may appear, are simply reflecting older quantum information that your consciousness has been broadcasting. The message coming to you now contains updated programming that will overwrite these outdated patterns. Think of it as receiving a software upgrade for your entire reality matrix. The bugs and glitches that have been causing problems in your experience are about to be resolved through this quantum download. The timing of this transmission is not arbitrary. Your consciousness has been sending out increasingly urgent signals as you have grown tired of operating within the constraints of your current reality. These signals have been received by intelligences that exist beyond the limitations of linear time. They have been working to compile the exact information package that will provide you with both the understanding and the tools necessary to break through to your next level of existence. What makes this quantum message so powerful is its multidimensional nature. It does not arrive as simple intellectual information that you must figure out how to apply. Instead, it downloads directly into your cellular memory, your emotional body, your energy field, and your subconscious programming simultaneously. The changes it initiates happen at levels so fundamental that your external reality has no choice but to reorganize itself to match your new internal configuration. The resistance you may feel to fully embracing this possibility is actually proof that the message is already beginning to affect your system. Old patterns of limitation fight for survival when they sense they are about to be dissolved. That voice in your head that says, "This is too good to be true," is simply the outdated programming trying to maintain its hold on your consciousness. Recognizing this resistance for what it is allows you to move through it rather than being stopped by it. Your quantum message contains specific activation codes that will unlock dormant abilities within your consciousness. These are not new capabilities being added to your system. They are innate functions that have been suppressed by conditioning and limitation beliefs. Every human being carries within their consciousness the capacity for direct knowing, instantaneous manifestation, and reality modification through focused intention. The approaching transmission will restore your conscious access to these natural abilities. The people around you will begin to notice changes in your presence long before you fully understand what has shifted within you. Your energy field will carry a different quality that others respond to instinctively. Opportunities will begin presenting themselves with unusual frequency. Solutions to long-standing problems will emerge from unexpected directions. This is not luck or coincidence. It is the natural result of your consciousness operating from quantum principles rather than limited three-dimensional thinking. The transformation process initiated by your quantum message unfolds in waves. The first wave brings immediate clarity about what has been blocking your progress. Old confusion dissolves as you suddenly understand patterns that have been repeating in your life. The second wave activates your capacity to see opportunities and possibilities that were always present but previously invisible to your perception. The third wave empowers you to take action from a place of absolute certainty rather than doubt and hesitation. Your relationship with time itself will begin to shift as you integrate this quantum information. Linear time is a construct that serves certain purposes but becomes a limitation when you are ready to operate from expanded awareness. You will start to experience synchronicities and accelerated manifestation as your consciousness learns to work with the timeless dimension where all possibilities exist simultaneously. Events that would normally take months or years to unfold will begin happening in days or weeks. The quantum message approaching you has been encoded with protective mechanisms that ensure you receive exactly what you can handle at each stage of your development. There is no danger of receiving more than your system can integrate. The intelligence behind this transmission understands your current capacity and will modulate the download accordingly. Trust that whatever you receive is perfectly calibrated for your unique consciousness and circumstances. As we move deeper into October, the quantum field becomes increasingly active. Solar activity, planetary alignments, and cosmic radiation patterns are all converging to create an optimal transmission window. Your pineal gland, the quantum receiver within your brain, is becoming more sensitive to subtle frequencies. This is why you may be experiencing unusual dreams, sudden insights, or unexpected emotional is preparing to receive its shifts. These are all signs that your consciousness quantum upgrade. The message contains not just information for your personal transformation, but also guidance about how to assist others in their awakening process. As you integrate these quantum principles, you become a beacon for others who are ready to expand beyond their current limitations. This, a teacher or guru, is not about becoming, but about embodying the frequency of possibility in such a way that it takes similar naturally active potential in those around you. Stay with me until the end of this transmission because the mantra I will share contains the precise vibrational keys needed to fully attune your consciousness to the quantum message that is approaching. This sacred sequence of sounds and intentions will prepare your entire being to receive and integrate the transformative power that is seeking you right now. Your quantum message is almost here. Can you feel the anticipation building in your energy field as your consciousness prepares for this momentous download? There is an ancient proverb that states, "When the student is ready, the teacher appears." But what most people fail to understand is that the universe operates as both student and teacher simultaneously. At this very moment, while you process these words, quantum frequencies are aligning to deliver a transmission that has been waiting for precisely this configuration of your consciousness to emerge. The resistance patterns operating in your current reality are not random obstacles. They are the last defensive mechanisms of outdated programming that senses its dissolution approaching. Every frustration you have experienced lately, every door that seemed to close in your face, every relationship that reached its natural conclusion has been clearing space for what is about to enter your experience. The quantum message approaching carries such transformative power that your current reality structure must be partially dismantled to make room for its integration. Your consciousness operates like a sophisticated radio receiver that can tune into multiple frequencies simultaneously. Most people remain locked onto the frequency of limitation because that is what they learned to receive through years of conditioning. But quantum messages broadcast on entirely different wavelengths. They transmit through the frequency of pure potential, unfiltered by past experience or future anxiety. This is why they often arrive during moments when your analytical mind is quiet and your heart is open. The approaching transmission contains what quantum physicists call morphic resonance patterns. These are informational templates that instantly reorganize the structure of your personal reality field. When you receive and integrate these patterns, everything in your environment begins to shift to accommodate your new vibrational signature. People respond to you differently. Opportunities magnetize toward your awareness. Resources appear from directions you never exploring consider. Your subconscious mind has been preparing for this download through a series of experiences that may have seemed unrelated until now. That book you felt compelled to read 3 months ago, the conversation that stayed with you long after it ended, the dream that felt more real than waking life. All of these were preparatory transmissions, gradually adjusting your consciousness to handle the full power of what is approaching during this October window. The quantum field operates according to principles that transcend ordinary logic. It responds not to your conscious desires, but to the deepest truth of what your soul came here to express. The message seeking you now carries the blueprint for manifesting this authentic expression in ways that seemed impossible from your previous level of awareness. It contains the missing piece that connects your current abilities with their highest potential application. Time dilation occurs when consciousness encounters quantum information of sufficient intensity. Minutes can contain the experiential equivalent of months. A single insight can restructure decades of accumulated limitation. This is why breakthrough moments often feel surreal, as if reality has suddenly become more flexible and responsive to your intention. Your approaching quantum message will trigger exactly this type of temporal expansion. The cellular memory stored within your DNA carries records of every quantum transmission your consciousness has ever received. Most of these remain dormant because the appropriate activation conditions have not yet been met. October represents a cosmic key that unlocks multiple layers of dormant information simultaneously. Abilities that have been sleeping within your genetic structure are preparing to come online as you integrate your quantum download, and your energy field has been gradually expanding over recent weeks, whether you noticed it consciously or not. This expansion creates the necessary space for housing advanced quantum information. People with smaller energy fields can receive simple inspirations and basic guidance. But transformative transmissions require consciousness that has developed the capacity to hold paradox, uncertainty, and rapid change without collapsing back into familiar patterns. The approaching message operates through what scientists call non-local correlation. The information it contains was generated by your future self, who has already navigated the challenges you currently face. This version of you exists in a timeline where all obstacles have been resolved and all potential has been actualized. The quantum transmission serves as a bridge between who you are now and who your system is destined to become. Your nervous-going, subtle recalibration to handle frequencies that would have been overwhelming just months ago. This is why you may notice increased sensitivity to environments, people, and situations that previously felt neutral. Your consciousness is becoming more discriminating, naturally gravitating toward influences that support your expansion while feeling increasingly uncomfortable with anything that reinforces limitation. The quantum message carries multidimensional healing codes that operate simultaneously on physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. Chronic patterns that have resisted conventional approaches will begin dissolving as these codes activate within your system. The healing happens not through struggle or processing, but through the simple recognition that limitation was never your true nature to begin with. Ancient mystery schools understood that certain information could only be transmitted during specific astronomical conditions. October's cosmic configuration creates a natural amplification field that multiplies the power of quantum transmissions by orders of magnitude. What might normally require years of gradual development can be downloaded and integrated in a matter of days or weeks during this window. Your personal frequency signature has been shifting toward resonance with abundance, clarity, and effortless manifestation. This shift accelerates dramatically when quantum information of this caliber enters your field. Old stories about struggle and scarcity will feel increasingly foreign as you begin operating from principles that make such experiences obsolete. The transmission approaching you contains compressed wisdom from multiple lifetimes of experience. Your soul has been gathering information across countless incarnations, preparing for this moment when all of that accumulated understanding could be made available to your current personality structure. The quantum download serves as the delivery mechanism for this vast repository of knowledge. Your intuitive abilities are about to expand exponentially as the quantum message integrates with your consciousness. You will begin knowing things without knowing how you know them. Solutions will appear in your awareness before problems fully manifest. The right words will emerge from your mouth in conversations without conscious planning. This is not mystical phenomenon, but the natural result of consciousness operating from quantum rather than linear principles. The people destined to support your next phase of growth are already being guided toward your path through the same quantum field that is delivering your message. Synchronistic encounters will increase in frequency and significance as October progresses toward its culmination. Pay attention to everyone who enters your experience during this period, as each carries a piece of the larger pattern that is assembling around you. Your quantum message contains activation protocols for abilities that exist beyond the current scientific understanding of human potential. These are not supernatural powers, but natural functions of consciousness that have been dormant due to collective amnesia. As the transmission integrates, you will begin demonstrating capabilities that seem extraordinary to others, but feel completely natural to you. The resistance you feel to fully embracing your approaching transformation is actually evidence of how profound the changes will be. Consciousness naturally protects itself from shifts that exceed its current integration capacity, but you have reached the point where maintaining your current limitations requires more energy than allowing your expansion. The quantum message will provide the catalyst that tips this balance decisively toward growth. Your dreams during the remainder of October will carry increasing amounts of quantum information as the main transmission approaches. Keep a journal by your bed and record everything you remember upon waking, no matter how strange or fragmentary it may seem. The pieces will begin connecting as you receive your complete download. The approaching quantum message has been traveling toward your consciousness through dimensions that exist parallel to linear time. It carries within it the resolution to every question you have ever held about your purpose, your potential, and your path forward. The waiting is almost over. The window is opening. Your transformation is beginning. Remember to stay with me until the very end, because the quantum attunement mantra I will share contains the precise vibrational keys that will prepare your entire being to receive this life-changing transmission with perfect clarity and complete integration. As we approach the final moments before your quantum message arrives, repeat this sacred sequence with absolute conviction. I am the conscious receiver of quantum wisdom. My energy field expands to welcome transformative truth. I release all resistance to my highest potential. The universe speaks, and I listen with perfect clarity. Quantum information flows through me effortlessly now. I am ready to receive what has been traveling toward me across dimensions of possibility. My consciousness opens like a flower to the light of infinite understanding. I trust the process of my rapid evolution. The message that will change everything finds me now. I am awake, I am ready, I am transformed, and so it is. As Leonardo da Vinci once wrote, learning never exhausts the mind, and the quantum message you have just received will continue expanding your awareness long after these words fade from your screen. The transmission is complete, but the integration has only begun. Every insight that emerges over the coming days, every synchronicity that unfolds, every moment of sudden clarity is part of the quantum download continuing to activate within your consciousness. You now possess the vibrational keys to unlock realities that seemed impossible just moments ago. The frequency signature of your consciousness has been permanently upgraded. Your capacity to receive direct guidance from the quantum field has been restored to its natural state. The window of October may close, but what you have received during this cosmic alignment will serve as your guide through all the transformations ahead. Trust the process unfolding within you. When doubt arises, remember that quantum changes happen beyond the reach of logical analysis. Your rational mind cannot comprehend the magnitude of what you have just integrated, but your soul recognizes the truth of its own expansion. The universe has delivered exactly what you were ready to receive at precisely the moment you were prepared to embrace it. Every change begins with understanding your role as co-creator. The quantum message you have received is not information you must act upon, but truth you must embody. Let it work through you naturally, transforming your reality from the inside out. The universe has spoken directly to your consciousness. Now it is time to listen with your entire being and allow the miracle of quantum transformation to unfold through your unique expression. If this message resonated within the depths of your soul, write in the comments, "The message found me."